Hello ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video it means you're probably subscribed to my channel, but you might not be, so you should. Tell me how you're doing. Just write it down in the comments. If you don't, then I'm watching you. Even though I'm recording this before anyone will see it ever, I am watching you if you don't comment and tell me how you're doing. You could say like shitty, you could say great, you could lie if you want. If you're bad and you say you're doing good, or if you're good and you say you're doing bad. You do you, but I would suggest not lying because I want to know how you are. I care about you guys. But anyway, that has nothing to do with what I'm discussing today whatsoever. Like literally not at all. So I hope you like my hand movements. You know, I gotta make it big. All right. Anyway. Today we're discussing another Pretty Little Liars theory that basically there's just going to be a major plot twist. Yeah, that's a word. I can't speak. I don't know why. I'm sorry. God bless. I'm not even religious. Anyway, it is Thursday morning, and it's Thursday morning of the week that Framed came out. And so that's 6/8, and I am leaving tonight to go to Europe. So I'm going to miss 6/9, but I'm getting back the day of 6/10. So I'm going to watch both of them, and then we're going to see whether or not any of this is right. So first things first. I got this whole thing from the plltheorists.tumblr.com. And they say at the end, I have to thank my brother in arms and theories, Nick, for helping with this beautiful brainchild. After this is over, I have no idea what we're going to do with our time. It's been a pleasure theorizing with you. So, this is help. She got help from Nick. Don't know who Nick is, but thanks, Nick. Great guy. And from the plltheorists.tumblr.com. So if you have Tumblr, you better go follow them and like this and reblog. You should reblog it. Alright. Swag. Let's go close on that. So I'm gonna cut that little thing out right now, but let's just get right into it. So I'm gonna read it to you. There's gonna be pictures and videos in the background, might stop for a little bit, but most of what you're gonna be seeing is my beautiful morning face. Love me. I know you all do already because you're all just great people. I respect that. Thank you. But here we go. So it's called The Biggest Twist of All. So that's what I'm going to name the video. As we all know, 6/10 is coming up, and Pretty Little Liars has been throwing us curveball after curveball, and they've been throwing us the "Is Charles dead or alive?" question since the 6th season began, really. And now I can finally tell you with absolute certainty Charles de Laurentiis is dead. Cece Drake is Redcoat. Cece is Endgame. I'm going to explain some things to you right now that is going to make the twist in 6/10 100% worth it. Mona flipped. Mona is winning the game. She's playing both sides, and she's the other black hoodie that was sitting with Redcoat. Mona is going to expose Cece to us, and she's going to do it for the liars and Allison. The ultimate character redemption. So here's the proof. In 6/5, Spencer comes home with Dean. She sees Mona walking towards a de Laurentiis mailbox with a card in hand. When Spencer asks what the card was for, Mona said it's for Allison. When Spencer starts talking, Mona comes back and looks pretty uncomfortable.
It's a card for Allison. I know it's totally retro, but emails can be deleted and she would never take my calls, so...
Later in the episode, Spencer and Hannah are digging around Radley trying to find proof that Charles is dead. They suddenly hear a loud noise and go to investigate. It was Mona. She was trying to sneak Leslie Stone's file out, but they catch her. They read Leslie's file and say that Leslie was in Radley long enough to not only know Mona, but she would have been in there long enough to know Charles as well.
Mona, have you been down here the whole time? Was that you? Answer us!
Just let me go. Please, I'll explain later.
No, you're gonna explain right now.
Why were you following us?
She wants to find this.
Just give it back to me, okay? This doesn't have anything to do with you guys.
Why were you stealing your file, Mona?
She wasn't. She was stealing Leslie Stone's.
Wait, what? Leslie was a patient here too?
Yes, and she doesn't want it to go public.
Is that how you met her?
Leslie Stone was in Radley. When?
Judging from this, a long time. Long enough to know Mona and Charles.
Mona, whom went undetected as A for 2 seasons, and that was like about a year in PLL time, was caught red-handed with a document in hand just hands it over like a kid caught sneaking candy. She wanted to get caught with Leslie Stone's file. She wanted the liars to know that Leslie was in there long enough to know Charles. And this, my friends, is where the brilliance of the biggest plot twist in television history begins. In 6-6, it opens with Mr. De Laurentiis finding a card on the dash of his car, an invitation to Charles De Laurentiis' birthday party. Obviously, Kenneth freaks out and thinks it's his dead son coming back and is out to get him. But no, it was Mona. Earlier in the episode, the girls become immediately suspicious of Leslie, just as Mona had intended. The girls go after Leslie and track down her car. Inside of it, they find fake glasses and cases full of mousetraps. That then leads them to a test facility where, you guessed it, Mona Vanderwall is waiting and ready for the liars to barge in and start asking questions. Questions that Mona is oh so eager to answer. She says that Leslie told her that Charles escaped Radley Labor Day, the night Allison went missing and the night Bethany was murdered.
Cute. I'm just trying to save you from yourselves.
Cut the crap, Mona. The only thing you're trying to protect is Leslie's vendetta against us.
Yeah, which is crazy because we had nothing to do with what happened to Bethany.
Yeah, we'd never even heard of Leslie's friend until she was found in Allison's grave.
Her friend? Where did it say in Leslie's file that she was friends with Bethany Young? She hated that girl.
Oh, really? And I suppose she hated Charles too. So much that she had to start pretending to be him.
Leslie's not pretending to be Charles. She's just pretending to be stable. That's why she didn't want anyone to see that file.
She was in Radley the same time as Charles. You're telling me that Leslie never even...
I asked her myself. She'd only heard Charles' name once. The night that Bethany snuck out of Radley and never came back. Charles snuck out that night too.
Wait, that was the night that Allison disappeared. Charles was already dead by then.
Not according to Leslie. They were looking for 2 patients. The entire place went on lockdown because of Bethany and Charles.
He had to be dead, Mona. He donated his organs. Show her, Spencer.
Look,
Spencer, why did you just give her those?
Don't worry, I made copies.
this donation form's a sham. Look at the medications Charles was taking. Nobody would want his liver. He's not an eligible donor.
So what are you saying?
What, that Charles is alive?
Of course. And probably planning something big and wanted to keep us distracted. Leslie's just easy pickings.
We have a picture, and the person in the hoodie is not a guy.
Spencer, if you caught A in a photo, it's because A wanted to be caught.
Mona cooked up this entire plan for the girls to catch her with Leslie's file so they could see that Leslie was in Radley so long that she could have known Charles, which is exactly what she wanted. She tells them that Leslie told her Charles escaped Radley and that the medical files could have been easily faked. Ergo, they believe Charles is in fact alive. 6-6 ends with Kenneth De Laurentiis frantically digging up what he thinks to be his son's grave, although we know Charles was cremated from his files, and everyone thinks Charles is alive and he is A. Now, 6-7. I thought 6-7 totally got me, and I thought Charles was in fact alive. Then I thought about it. This person acquired every piece of Charles that they could. I thought back to the Soul Room, about how everything in it revolved around what seemed to like someone they lost. Looking at how they introduced the scene of the movie with Charles, Jason, and Allison, the camera begins the point of view through a dollhouse. They were referring back to the dollhouse in the Soul Room. Then I realized, Mona figured it out. She knows Cece loves Charles more than life itself. She doesn't care why she loved him, but she knows that's where she's going to hit her where it hurts. That is Cece's weakness, and that is how she's going to bring her down. I noticed also that the present didn't have a to Charles on it, and that present isn't to Charles at all. It's someone who loved and wants to remember him. It's also worth mentioning that Charles, aka Mona, didn't hurt anyone when she met them at the arcade. She just wants the right moment to expose everything. Now, finally we get to 6-6 and 6-9. It's finally revealed that Redcoat and someone else is working for her on the A-team. Everyone thinks this is Charles, but really it's Mona, and here's where I'm going to start to blend 6-8 and 6-9 together, because now that we got some of the photos from the prom for the next episode, I think we may have figured out exactly how this is going to go down and who is doing what. So lately, everyone has been freaking out about this Justin Fix guy, and this is where the tuxedo from the ending of 6-8 comes into play. Justin, and whatever his name may be in the episode, is going to be a total and complete decoy for Allison and the liars. They hired this guy to make Allison think he's Charles, but really it's a trap. Meanwhile, there are two redcoats at the dance. One is real and the other is Mona. Just like the Halloween train where Mona was one of the phantoms and Caleb was the other. You guys remember that? Season 3? Mona is the decoy and A and Cece is the real A. So here there's some pictures flashing on the screen that you're seeing. So the one gear is Mona. You can tell from the height difference and the hands. So these two pictures that you're seeing right now, well, you're seeing one and then the other every couple seconds, that is Mona. Alright? So this is where everything is going to happen. Allison is going to think Justin fixes Charles, and then Mona is going to kidnap Allie. She's then going to tell Allie about Cece, and she's going to chase Redcoat to Radley. This is where she will learn that Cece is in fact the endgame, the final A. And Charles is dead. Mona is going to then round up the liars and go to the Karasimi group, the corporation Cece built to basically spy on the liars. In there she will show the liars the camera Cece has placed and show the liars the moment Allison unmasks Cece as A. The cops will then surround her after her reveal. The liars and Mona will probably race to Radley as everything starts to crumble, and Cece will then run to the roof and jump. The A game is over. So that's the theory. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's pretty short notice, you know. Well, not for me at least. I read this today and I thought that's really good. I don't know whether or not it's true, but because there's a lot of evidence for all of the Ren is A theories, but who knows, you know? We won't know until 2 weeks from now, so I'll be watching it live. I'll be watching 6-9 and 6-10 back to back, which is good. That's fun. So it's just like one big 90-minute thing, because Troy Ann, the actor who plays Spencer, confirmed today that the episode will only be 45 minutes long, not 90, like the IMDb page said, because they suck. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys left me a comment telling me how you're doing, because I care. I want to know. If you're doing good, I'm doing good. And if you're doing bad, I'm doing bad, because I love you as a friend, you know? Anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Put this everywhere. Write the link to this on your board when you get back to school. I'm sorry for even mentioning school. Write it on the sidewalk in your vacation home in Phoenix, you know? Anywhere, wherever you are. Screw it. Write it on the side of your house. Write it with your lawnmower in your lawn. Just do whatever. Do it. Whatever you want to do. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I'm such a weird person. Goodbye.